There you go.
Yeah, I think we're live now, aren't we?
We are live. Hello, everyone.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, the True Man City fan channel. We just decided to do a quick screen. Basically, we just said I've seen some of the comments online, just some of the reaction about the Arsenal game, and obviously I will talk through from what I've seen from that game, from my own opinion, and obviously we're gonna start reading some comments, and yeah, just take it from there. It's gonna be a quick stream, basically 45 minutes, not much more, not longer than an hour. Um, and also would like to hear your opinions, guys, in the chat. Just drop your comments, and we're gonna make sure we read all of them. Right. The title of the stream is Pep adapting or is he scared this season? The reason why I put that question up is based on the reaction online. Some part of the fan base were happy with the draw and were happy the way the team were set up defensively, um, especially after the results that we've seen in the first three games against Brighton and Spurs. Um, other people were like, "Oh, it was a coward approach," especially the way we were defending. Not many people expect the way we sat so deep, especially in the second half. But my take from the game, I will explain throughout the video. I'll just basically give me reaction. So going to the game, we were heading to London. I got there by train. I was meant to get there on the coach, but I decided to get the train. It was just easy for me, and we got there. Some of my mates, they were. I was a bit optimistic. I was like, I think we're gonna get a result here. I was expecting a win. But some mates that were like, "Oh, I'll take a draw and whatnot." But we headed into London. We went into Tollington pub, just near to the Emirates, and when the team news came up, we we were quite okay with it. Obviously, there was no changes. He kept the same lineup as he said that he would. He wants consistency in the lineup. So he kept the same lineup, and we look at the Arsenal lineup, and we saw that midfield, and some of us were like, okay, we can get something from on this game because the lineup they put on, it wasn't as strong as we thought, and I think from some of the reaction from Arsenal fans in the pub, it shows they were like, some of them were like, oh, why playing these players and whatnot. We head into the ground. The game started. The first 5 to 10 minutes, it was the atmosphere was really hostile. The Arsenal fans were onto was getting behind the players, but then after 15 minutes, when we scored, they just went flat. And obviously they got when we scored, it was a bit unexpected because we weren't doing much in the game, and I was like, wow, we scored a goal, and it was great goal. The ball bounces off Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's into Haaland. Haaland's a layoff to Doku, and no, I think no, layoff to
Johnny.
Tijani Reinders, trying to make a good run. Layoff to Haaland and bang 1-0,
Nice.
1-0 up, and we were just going mad in the away end. And then after that, we managed to get a grip of the game. We managed to get more of the ball. And we had a chance as well, where I think it was Tijani Ryan that just hit really low. It was a soft shot, but we worked it out really well with Doku in there, Foden, Bernardo Silva. Uh, it was a game where we could have actually scored more than one goal. It was just that lack of um, we were not clinical in the final third at times when we had the chance because we didn't have much of the chances, but the chances that we had, we should have done better. There was a opportunity. I think it was in the 68th minute where Doku drove with the ball. He lay off to Haaland. Haaland. All he needs to do is just lift his head up. Phil Foden was on the other side, lay off to Foden, and was an easy tap in. Obviously, he decided to go for the shot. But after that, we were just trying to hold on into the lead. I feel like with the subs, I understand the subs he made, especially with Dere Ake coming on. Um, it was it was a pity to lose Kusanov so early in the game. I think it was after half time. He got off injured. Um, but he brought in Nunes. He done well. He had a little slip moment in there where he lost the ball, but after that he was very composed. He was defending well. And then Nathan Ake came on. We're keeping tied at the back, but when Haaland came off, it was everyone. And that end was like, wow, like we could see that we lost an outlet. We lost every time we're trying to go long. Doku was not the players that can hold up the ball. If you look at the way we were playing, Donnarumma was launching long to Harna was holding up, waiting until Doku arrived or to Tijani Reinders or Bernardo Silva, so we can start playing some counter-attack football. But when we lost the big man up front, we lost that outlet, and we were just sitting so deep, and we could see the goal was coming. And but I feel like the way we set up, and I've been mentioned quite a few times. I don't think it was the wrong approach at all, in my opinion. But because when you go to a physical side like Arsenal, it is hard to go man to man with them, especially with we still lacking physicality. We still get into our rhythm. We still get into our shape, and I feel like it was an understandable format for the manager to go into that approach. And we've seen the way he's adapting. People were moaning, "Oh, he's not adapting. He keeps changing. He keeps playing the same way." He's not. He's adapting into his game, and you could see that the first change that he made was the goalkeeper change. We went into someone who can pass from the back into just a presence in goal. And Donnarumma, he was brilliant in that game. There was the way he was coming out from corners. Listen, Arsenal could have taken 20, 40 corners, and they didn't look like scoring, to be fair. And yeah, and one of the things that I was very pleased, although listen, no Man City fan was happy with the result. We accepted the result, but we were not happy, especially considering the way we conceded so later on in the game. It's a goal where it was avoidable because throughout the whole game we were playing this lower deep line, but 3 minutes left, we decide to like literally just go high, like go up on the pitch, and the way Eze put that ball, there was no one pressing him. And I have to, some of the players at the back, they need to take some of the blame, especially the lead at the back. Like, it's 3 minutes left. There's no need to push the line so high up. All you need to do is just keep sitting low. If the ball comes long, at least you're in a position where you can head it. But Donnarumma as well. I think he
That's
shouldn't
right.
not coming out of the goal. But at the end of the day, I'm not so mad about that. Um, but the reaction online when people were saying,
Big up, Judge
"Oh,
Mo. Thanks for saying
yeah,"
hi.
it was a bit mad. I would say why I was happy to see. I was more happy to see the resilience in the team. A few months ago, I asked a question in a lot of shows with the City fans, where do you trust our team to play without the ball? Because we look like a few months ago, we were looking like a team that can only play with the ball. Every time we lost the ball, we look all over the place because we were not able to defend without the ball. Because when Pep signed for this football club, and he mentioned the first press conference, he said the best way to defend is with the ball. But the football is changing now, and you have to learn how to play football without the ball. Because when you go into these sort of games, especially with the position like Arsenal, they've got a lot of qualities in their team. You won't have the ball for 90 minutes. There will be spells in the game where they will have the ball. So it's all about how you manage. And on Sunday, I saw a team that was very well drilled defensively. Like everyone was working really hard. Last 2 seasons, we didn't see that. Like because we were good going forward, but there was always that massive gap in between the forward line and the back line. It was so easy for the position to cut through us. But on Sunday, the manager adopted a system where I'll have the attacking forward pressing in terms of Erling Haaland and Jeremy Doku. But I want the four in the middle and the four at the back line just stay very compact. And it worked for the last spell of the game. People say, "Oh, why are you so negative and whatnot?" We are not. Listen, we're a team that is in transition. Yeah, people need to understand that we are in
That's
transition.
a point I think a lot of people don't understand, because I think I just want to butt in really quick. But I think that a lot of people, there was some reaction online being like, "Oh man, we bottled it. We shouldn't have done that." Blah blah blah. But they don't. I think people's expectations are a little too high right now. I think they think we're competing with Liverpool at this moment. I personally don't think we are. I think we can get to that level by the end of the season, but again, it's just going to take time. And this game was a clear signal that Pep is adapting to what he has. That's all we were asking for last season, because last season he was trying to play a style for players he didn't have. Like he was asking players who didn't have legs to press like they had. Like Bernardo Silva, his legs are gone. He was asking him to like act like he was 8 years ago, and he just wasn't. So this is him going to the occasion. I've been very critical of Arsenal for a long time. I said they lack creativity and they struggle in a low block. So part of me wonders like if Pep considered that. And to be fair, we got into a big argument about this yesterday on Judge Mo's show. So I have to make sure that I clarify this, but they didn't set up in a way to fully utilize the striker, I would say. I originally said it was a defensive setup, and then I got chewed out for that. So it wasn't a defensive setup, but he set up in a way that he didn't have his offensive players. Because like I get that Bukayo Saka was injured, so that's why he didn't start the game, but Eze was not injured. I don't know why he didn't start the game. So maybe if he had, they could have gone for it. But we saw them. We gave them the ball. They didn't have creators on the pitch. They didn't create very much, especially in that first half. It was nothing. They had the ball. They did nothing with it. And that's what our team looked like last season. We had the ball forever, endless spells. We did nothing with it at all.
Yeah.
Like didn't create any chances. And that's how they were in the first half. And obviously it improved a lot better. And then Pep adapted to their substitutions by just going full out defense. The reason we've heard, well, this has been a few days now, so we have more information, but most of those substitutions were due to like fatigue and injury. Like I think Erling Haaland said he had back pain, so he needed to come off the pitch. Nico O'Reilly got picked up a knock, and then Husanov got injured in the first half. He kept playing, but then it became too much and he had to come off. And I think that really hurt us because the players we were replacing him with just weren't as good. Yeah, we got Judge Mo in the house. We have Coutinho in the house. We have Zorro. We have Luke, not in my lifetime. Yeah, big up Judge Mo. I've never seen him on one of these chats before in this channel. So big up Judge Mo, and big up everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
there's we're helping Pat out, and I'm going to be doing another stream later tonight to preview the game. So we're just kind of helping Pat out. He's in the hospital right now, getting treatment. So while he's having his medical issues, we're gonna help this channel because we all love to chat ball. And I don't know if you've noticed, Mateus, but we've got a couple of people backstage, and I'm leaving that up to you to decide when to bring them in.
Because I told Patrick this is going to be a quick stream. Obviously, we're going to have the big one at 7 o'clock where everyone's going to be welcome to come. I just
want not a big stream, just so you know. Yeah, that's only an hour stream because I got a stream at 8. I got another stream at 8.
My own opinion. So yeah, when I heard
it's backstage.
Yeah, I heard when people say, "Oh, Arsenal were there for the take," and we should go more in terms of we should keep some attacking players on the pitch. I get it, but at the same time,
this is a good
we
point.
could have done that.
This is fact.
We could have done that, and we could have get caught up because at this moment in time, one of our main concern is the team defensively. And you cannot have a great team if your team cannot defend. I'm not talking about just the centre backs or the back line. I'm talking about the whole team. They need to be able to know how to defend. And if you have a look at, that's why Pep is working first on a defensive structure. Yeah. There was one thing that happened at Brighton, and not many people noticed. We were at Brighton on the away end. We lost the game, and we saw the way we capitulated in the last 15 minutes of the game. The players came to the away end, they start clapping. Pep Guardiola stood like literally 20 minutes away from the players, and he was just looking at everything. He was just looking at the players, he was looking at the body expression, he was looking at the fans, and basically was thinking, this cannot continue. Yeah, he was literally just standing there. He was not clapping. He was just standing in front of, like, it was us, the players, and Pep. And from the reaction that we would just take from that game against Brighton from the away end, he was just looking at it. It was like a man say, "I cannot continue. This team cannot continue doing that. We can't." So we had international break. I think the way he started preparing football match. If you look at against Man United, when we went, I think from minute 75 all the way to 90, he was happy to give Man United the ball, and he just told his team, "Show me you can defend until the 90 minutes." If you look at that Man United game, we didn't have much of the ball from the last 15 minutes of the game. He was just he was literally told Man United, "Come and break us down," and he was asking his team, right, "You guys need to show me for 15 minutes from now until the end of the game that you can defend." Yeah, they'll have the ball. All you need to do is just defend. And we need that as a team. Yeah, we need that because if you look at even during the treble, we're winning football matches, but we were conceding a lot of goals. Yeah. If you look at like
the beginning of the season,
yeah,
the
in the
treble.
beginning of the
Towards the
season,
end, we really
yeah,
tightened up
they
defensively.
like all the managers they adapt. PSG under Luis Enrique, he adapted because PSG in the last like when he won the treble last season, in his first 8 games, he conceded 8 goals. He only kept one clean sheet. And he turned around and say, "This is not good enough." Even in the Champions League, he conceded 2 against Arsenal. Remember, we went 2-0 up, and we were like, "How the F we are 2-0 up?" We were crap, but I think he lost to Atletico, then he lost to Bayern Munich, and he sat there and was like, "Right, I need to coach this team on how to defend as a team." And they went on and win the treble. Same happened to us in the 22-23 seasons. So our backline, it was shocking at the beginning of the season, but we were winning goals because we had a firepower up front. KDB,
Yeah,
Haaland,
KDB
Foden,
and Holland was
Alvarez.
a cheat
Yeah.
code.
If you look at that game, I think our second game, we won at Newcastle. Then I think
No, we drew that game. We
no
were down
no
3-1, and
West
then
Ham was
the
West
West
Ham.
Ham. Yeah.
Yeah, first game was West Ham. We won.
We won that
Then
game. Yeah, we won that one
then
outright.
Newcastle. It was 3-3.
Yeah.
But the way we defended in that game, because we had a back line of Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Cancelo. But with the
That was
way
when
we defended
what's his
in
face?
that game, it
St.
was a
Maxim just
shambles.
tore up Kyle
Yeah.
Walker. That's when
Chris,
that's the first sign of Kyle Walker decline, was that game.
so the problem is,
Remember he rode on his back at one point like he was like a horse. He was trying to defend him, and he fucking gets on top of him like he's a toy horse. I'm like, what are you doing?
Let's just before like that season, we conceded 5 goals, yeah, in our first 4 games. This season, we conceded 4.
Interesting point.
Yeah, we conceded 2 to Tottenham, 2 to Brighton, and 1 to Arsenal. We conceded like literally 5. Basically, in terms of conceding goals, we're pretty much the same as on the treble season. And Pep was turning around. Pep was keep changing the back line. 1 minute it was Ake and Akanji and Walker and Cancelo. Then the next minute was Akanji, Diaz, Stones, and Cancelo. And Cancelo was poor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was always poor defensively.
he
People
was
just kind of
poor.
forget that.
He was the 1-1 against Aston Villa. He literally just watched Bale. I think the Jamaican fella. He got caught up slipping for the Bale's goal. Yeah, and against United the 6-3. The way we considered, like, Edison was really poor. So Pep Guardiola, look at that. Although we were winning football matches, we were scoring goals, but we were still conceding so many goals because our back line wasn't strong enough. Not just the back line, the whole team, it wasn't strong enough off the ball. And he's doing the same this season. It's about understanding, right? You have to build up like the team needs to be defensive discipline first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, if you just go gung ho, yeah, you will score. We can score goals. We got the best striker in the world. He's gonna score goals, but it's about how you defend as well.
Yeah.
And
I agree with your
he's
point on
adapting
the
to that. He's adapting a team. He's literally telling the team, I know you can play football, I know you can score goals, but you have to show me that you can also defend without the ball.
yeah, without the ball.
And
Well,
yeah,
this is where our captain comes in, because I know you and I in particular are quite critical of our captain Bernardo Silva. The amount of work he does off the ball, I think, was a big factor on Sunday. And I want to lump Phil Foden into that too. I thought Phil Foden worked incredibly hard off the ball, and that's something we is part of it, the next step in his evolution. And
yeah.
maybe one reason why we're always like, why is he always the one who gets shoved out on the wing, why isn't he in the midfield? And it's all because of off-ball work. But I thought he did really well on Sunday with that. You want to comment about Foden and Bernardo's off-ball work Sunday? Because
No, not really. I think Bernardo Silva's done well. In that game. I think his contribution defensively. There was one thing that I was fucking happy with. There was when literally, yeah, Gabriel tackled him, and he just went straight to Gabriel and done the same to him. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like bit shit
he's
house, especially
prime
when
shit
playing
housing.
for
He was shit
Arsenal.
housing the whole game, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
needed to do that in a game like that. Like,
Yeah, but
you
I've
had to
got
do
one
it.
concern. I wouldn't be playing Bernardo Silva against lower teams. I think against
I wouldn't
lower
either.
position is when you kind of need more attacking threats.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
and
mean?
those
It's
are the
more,
games you'd want to rest him anyway.
yeah. And I think when it comes to big games where you kind of need players to run the socks off for you, this when you bring on Bernardo Silva. Foden, he was doing more defensive work. To be honest, attacking wise, he didn't really do much, did they? But listen,
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of opportunity. I like you
you,
were mentioning earlier. God, Holland should have passed him the ball, and
yeah,
that would have made
I
it
think
2-0, and that would have ended the game.
yeah, I think we had the best chance of the game. I think the game ended up like with have each team had 3 shots on target, but obviously they had more shots, but them shots was just getting blocked or going for corners. But listen, I don't think people should be too upset. Listen, you have to be upset about the results. You don't want to be drawing so many games,
Yeah.
we've played
And that's a
this.
heartbreaking way to drop points too. Like right
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
it
you
is.
did
It is.
job so well, and it just fell apart on one.
Yeah.
People are blaming Gavardiol, and I was like, watch that again. I thought
Mm.
Gavardiol like put Martinelli in like the worst possible position, and
Yes, yeah, he was
you know what I
trying to
mean?
put
Like he
him off
knocked the ball
balance.
away, and Martinelli was off balance and everything. So I wouldn't blame him. Some people are blaming they're blaming Nico Gonzalez. They're blaming Nathan Ake. I'm just like, they're blaming Donnarumma. I'm just like, I think it was just a collective kind of breakdown there. And like I said earlier, I think some people just think that we're at Liverpool's level right now, and frankly, we're just
Mm.
not quite there yet. And we are rebuilding our squad. The squad has academy players starting games, like Nico O'Reilly, very young player, not a lot of experience. And we have a lot of new players in the team who aren't experienced under Pep, and they haven't won a lot of things in their career. So, like, as a collective, we still have some of our veterans like Rodri and Bernardo Silva and Holland and Foden who've won everything. But there's a lot of players on the team now who have not won anything. So as a collective, this team has to like relearn how to win again. That's something I've been kind of preaching for the past like couple of weeks. We have to learn how to win again. And
Mm.
so mistakes like this are going to happen when you're relearning how to win. But I'm very encouraged from this game. I take a lot of positives. It's heartbreaking, it's disappointing at the end, but that doesn't undo all the good of the game for me.
No.
You know,
And
this
we
was 2023. I'd be really bad. I'd be like,
yeah,
fuck, we
and
bottled it, but
that's what we
we're just
asked.
not that team yet.
That's what we've been asking. Like, what we've been asking is just adapt to the opposition, and he did. Like, he understood that Arsenal is he struggles to drop struggles
To break
against
down
lower block.
teams.
Yeah, they struggle against lower block, and what we did is sit deep, asking like we were literally asking questions, right? Coming to break us down. When we win the ball, we would just hit them on the break. That's what we want from our manager. You don't want to go to every single game playing the same way, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
He's
doing that.
adapting to his opposition.
Yeah, he's doing that. He understood after that. If you look back after that Brighton game, he understood that right. Okay, I need a solid back line. However, I need a presence in goal. Yeah, Brighton games end was like Donnarumma signed straight in, and you could see the way the players coming out of press conference, the way they start bigging him up. It's like
Yeah,
he's
the
a giant.
confidence. The
He brings
confidence just grew
uh,
tremendously.
yeah, and you could see in that treble season, yeah, every tackle, every block shot. It's like the defense was galvanizing, and we start to having that back in our back line. Kusanov has been massive. Yeah. Nick O'Reilly, where have you been,
Kusanov's
son?
almost become the key, and that's kind of scary because he's both games that we've now dropped points in on the road were games he started and had to come off during injury, and it was after the injuries when they scored their goal. So well, let's hope he's okay, and hope he can stay consistent. Hope he can stay on the pitch. Hey, what up, Steve?
Yeah.
Thanks for setting this up.
Big up,
Shout out
Steve.
Strasbourg, Steve, who's helping us. Matthias and I are running the stream, but there's people in the background kind of setting the stream up. So
yeah,
credit to them.
listen, just to, like, listen, people just need. I get like, listen, I get it. It's everyone has their own opinion. Yeah, I can't really tell people how to support the football club. They support the way they want, but this is just my opinion. I feel like I can see. I've been very critical of Pep, and when I see changes, I have to mention. And when I see things that I like, I will say it. And I've been bigging him up. The last two games, the way he's handling the games, especially I said against Man United, the substitutions were spot on. The way he set up the team was good, and even against Napoli, the way he shifted the team in the second half, where the setup of the team in the second half, he improved that. And you have to give the praise to the manager. When he gets things wrong, I'll say it. And I've got no shame to say it. But when he gets things right,
Got a whole notebook
listen,
of
you know
stuff
what I
to
mean?
talk
You
about.
have to. And listen, we didn't get the 3 points, but the way the team played, this offensively, we didn't do really much in that second half. I must say that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like we were doing much in the second half offensively, but defensively, we look like a team that we can go. If you have what more options up front, we can go to any game and right, okay, we can score goals, but we can also defend as a team, and that's something that we didn't have that last
Oh,
season.
that's a good point right
And
here.
even when we won the 4 in a row, we didn't have that. We were just outscoring the opposition, but we were still leaking
We
goals.
did shake. We did. We
Yeah,
gave a Bernardo praise section.
and
Just
if
had to
you
address that real quick.
yeah, at the back end of the 4 in a row, we would keep chasing games most of the time. We were going 1-0 down and we just keep chasing. Foden magic, Alvarez magic, Haaland in there, and we just outscoring the opposition basically. But as a team, we could not defend because Kyle Walker was literally showing signs of decline. Yeah. We were just relying on Roger to stay fit all season. Diaz was shocking. Let's face it, he was playing games, but even against Arsenal, I don't think Ruben Diaz was good. Literally didn't win any header, intercepting the ball. He wasn't. He was just a body in that back line. But at the end of the day, that's where I'm on the opinion that we need to get another centre half. But listen, at left back O'Reilly came on. He's been a breath of fresh air. He looked very composed, and I can expect that. He's massive, O'Reilly. He's tall. The way he was defending any long balls, I was like, whoa. you know what I mean? And we needed that. He looked good going forward. He's a very technical player. And the first,
You can tell he's from
first
our
few,
academy.
yeah, first few minutes of that game, his first touch was off. He couldn't get a grip of the ball, but after that, he looked very composed. We needed that. Um, listen, we still team in transition, and the last few our next games that we have, they're winnable games. I expect us to win the next 5. Honestly, if you want to keep like chasing up, but like we have to win our next 5. We've got Burnley, then I think we've got Everton away. No, Everton at home. Burnley, I think
Yeah,
we
we have
got
some generous fixtures coming up. Yeah, like this is a good point from Shake. Do you think we will win the next 5? It's what, Burnley, Brentford, Everton,
yeah,
at Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have struggled. This
yeah.
might be a good time to
Then we've
go
got
to
Bournemouth.
Villa Park,
Yeah, then
where
we've
we
got
have
Bournemouth.
struggled too. We haven't gotten a
Then we've
result
got
there in a few
Liverpool at
seasons.
home. So we
Yeah,
need
Liverpool
to
at
build
home
up
is in
wins.
like November. Yeah, there's a couple international breaks in, but yeah, there
Yeah,
are
yeah,
some very winnable. And then the Champions League games aren't too bad. I know we go to Monaco, we go to Villarreal, and then Dortmund come to Man City.
yeah. We've got
So
Dortmund at home. So listen, we can still we're gonna pick up a few wins. It's all about winning consistently. We need to get back to winning ways and not just winning
it's not
1 or
that
2
it's 8
games in a
a.m.
row,
Not
then
that
drop
early.
points in the next game. We have to. I think we expect to at least in all comps we expect to win our next 5 games. At least
Yeah,
that
I
just
think
gives
that, yeah,
that.
the fixture is set up very nicely. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that would give us some really good momentum too, going into that Liverpool game. If we could like
yeah.
have some really good momentum, like I know there's what 8 games until then, something like that, because there's
Mm,
Champions League. As some people will say, you need to go 8 for 8. I wouldn't expect 8 for 8. Going
mm.
to Monaco is a tough place to play, so maybe maybe we get a draw there or something. But if we can win the majority of these next 8 games, I think that would set us up really nicely, and we'll probably get some bodies back too. I think
Yeah,
Omar Marmoush might be back by the Liverpool game, and that would be massive. And
yeah,
I don't know what Ryan Turkey's timeline is as well, but getting one or both of them back would be fantastic. And also Kovacic should be coming back too.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think he's still individually training. I don't think he's joined the team yet, but
yeah. And I think I think like players coming back, the fixtures that we have, we can mix it up a bit on the attack. We can give some players rest,
yeah.
um,
Yeah, we'll
especially
get into that on a there's gonna be a
yeah.
preview
We
later
we get in
today. So
that,
I'll
but
get into that. But there's a couple of players I wouldn't even expect to be on the bench for that
yeah,
game just because they're
I
gonna
just
go
feel
like
like
Rodri should be in Spain right now. We'll just say that.
nah, yeah.
Rodri,
I
please
just
go
feel
to
like
Ibiza for the week. We'll see you on Saturday.
yeah. I feel like we can pick up a few wins and a bounce. I think we've got some winnable games, and my last point is just I think we're a bit. I would go into January transfer window and get 1 or 2 players in the team. Maybe 2 is a bit too much. But if we manage, I that's my own opinion. People got different opinion, but I would still go and 1 attacking player. Just get a bit more firepower into that bench. Because there'll be games throughout the season where Haaland may not be scoring, but you also need other players to uh, start scoring
Okay,
as
well, this
well.
is a great comment from Shake.
Mm.
What do we think of Jeremy Doku? Like he's been stepping up. I know I've been challenging him to
Yeah,
step up. I said when Marmoush went out, I said, Duku, this is your time. You need to fill in
yeah.
for him.
I
And
think
to his credit, he has. He's putting up GNA, and he didn't have any like numbers in the game on Sunday, but I thought he was doing a lot of the work, and he was creating a lot of chances, and he was wreaking havoc on Yuri and Timber, who's he's one of the best right backs in the league, I would say, defensively, and he had him on toast the whole game.
yeah,
So I got to give credit to Doku. I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he stepped up exceptionally well.
I've been very critical of Doku. I said Doku won't be here in the next maybe in the
Yeah,
next few
same.
years, and I say because
I thought we'd sell him
it's
next
not
summer.
about my criticism. It wasn't about his football ability. It was about his brain cell.
Yeah.
Because the ability is there. It just it's all about what you do with the ball. You know what I mean? Because Doku from last season, even
Everybody
the
wants
first
Baleba.
season,
I like
whenever he's
Vista.
got the
I
ball,
love Semenyo.
his first thought
Tonali.
was always right. I need to take a man on. But now every time he got the ball, he keeps his head up. It was like, where is my striker? I need to put that ball to my striker. So he's growing to his game, and I like it.
Summer.
Fabio came on. He didn't really do much, but there was before the goal, he had the ball. I was expecting Savio to run with the ball to the corner flag rather than attempt a back heel.
Yeah,
Literally,
some of that has to probably be lack of fitness because remember, he's barely played. He's come back. Yeah. Very, very sketchy personal situation. Like I'm sure that kind of messed with his head a bit. And to be honest, he hasn't had a lot of time since he came back.
No, listen, I'm not going to be very.
Shake here is saying that he looks not interested or unfit. I would say he looks very unfit. I don't know. I don't know about interested. I just think he's coming on late in games and there's not much to do. So he's not really getting the kind of reps he needs. I think he's going to start this cup game tomorrow. And I think he's going to go the full 90 or close to it. And that he desperately needs that. He needs the reps in his brain, and he needs the fitness he needs the minutes. He just needs to run the whole time. And so I think you'll start to see him get better. It just takes time to
I think
these have been tight, really big games too. It's hard to get meaningful minutes in those when you're trying to come back into the team.
I wouldn't say he's uninterested because I remember when we scored. Yeah, he was one of the players that literally run across the pitch to celebrate with other players, and he's done that against Napoli as well. I don't think he looks like someone who's not interested. But listen, he just needs to get back into fitness, doesn't it? But my second option in this, if we can, I would get a pacey centre back in January. And
well, we have one on loan.
I don't know who.
Just remember, we have one on loan. We have a Juma Ba. The guy's very fast.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. If we sign a center back, that might be a signal that we're not going to keep him. And
but my
that would be a shame because he's looking really good for
obviously we're going to have to sell one, but my concern is I'm very adamant that we should sell Nathan Ake, obviously, simply because he's off base. He can't play at highest level anymore. But the problem with Nathan Ake is homegrown.
He's homegrown, yeah. That's the problem. All the center backs that we bought recently were not the homegrown.
If we sell him in January,
they're all very talented though.
So I kind of understand why it's going to be difficult. So yeah, listen.
If you can find a John Stones homegrown profile, like, because you need that on the ball, because like Diaz is not, because with Donnarumma especially, we need the build up. We need on the ball build up, and that's what Victor Hayes does. Victor Hayes is also not homegrown, so and then Juma Ba is the power one. The problem is the Diaz extension. No, okay, that's not a problem, but like ideally, he's getting older. Whatever you might have wanted to move him on and replace him with a younger player, but now he's going to be here long term, and Joshko is clearly going to be here long term as well. So that space is not clearing up. Joshko is the center back you want to build around because he does everything. He defends and he can build the ball up very well, and he scores goals. So he's like the number one. He's the that's who you build your back line around. But like Victor Hayes has he can kind of replace the John Stones profile is very good on the ball. He can also play the 6 a little bit. So he can do that inverting into the midfield type if we wanted to do the Stones role again. And then Husinov is like the power pace, but pure defense. But I would say on ball, Husinov's a little underrated. I wouldn't say he's like great, but he's not terrible at it. And then the unknown is Yuma Ba, because he's like Diaz, but he's actually has pace and he's very good in the air and he can play in a high line. So that's somebody you really want to see what you got. You see if you have anything with him. But if we buy another center back, at some point you're going to have 5 or 6 center backs and, someone's going to leave and get mad. And
listen, the center back, I think it's just, that's what I want anyway. I don't think it will happen, but my main concern is I just feel like we're a bit short on the attack. I just feel like we need someone else in there, a bit of more firepower.
Well, we do have, like I said, we have Marmoush and Turkey who are unavailable, and those guys are. We have not seen what Turkey can do yet. Like that guy, I'm telling you, he's going to help quite a bit.
Marmoush is not going to be available at the end of Boxing Day all the way to January because he's going to AFCON.
And I know, right? But we got Nico O'Reilly, so that's fine. But Ryan Turkey will be here, and hopefully by then he's found his feet. This injury really set him back, but I'm telling you, that guy's he is very creative. He's him and Foden together are they're gonna love playing with each other.
Yeah, listen, I think listen, I think this team is gonna tell us more on where we at in our next fixtures. Because as I say, we've mentioned we've got some winnable games. We expect to get a few wins and the bounce. and we'll see how the team performs and start judging, and then we're going to judge from there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the main concern is that we cannot afford to drop any more points, because I think we are 7-8 points behind Liverpool. I know it's still early in the season, but we got to start winning football matches, and we need to start on a consistent basis, not winning two then drop points again, or winning two then lose a game or draw. We have to start picking up winnings and a few wins in a row. But listen, as I said, it would be a quick stream.
Yeah.
Was only down for
I gotta eat
45
some food.
minutes.
I woke up and I was like, oh, I'll jump on. I just woke up.
Yeah, just a quick things I want to mention. Tonight there is an under 21s match at 7 p.m. Bolton. I think some of my mates they're heading in there just to support the under 21s. I think the ticket is £5. If anyone is interested, they can pop their on in there and just support the lads. I think
Yeah.
some
So
of the Man City
some of
fans,
City YouTube will be there. I know
yeah,
Martin said he's going, so big up
yeah,
Martin.
some of the City
Have a
fans
great time in
go,
the game.
yeah, got to games, they'll be there supporting the lads. I cannot go, unfortunately, because my missus is working and tonight, and I got
Yeah,
a mind.
babysit.
Yeah, I got a babysit, don't I?
Oh no, she said Martin's not going. Oh darn. Well, hopefully everything's okay with Martin.
Another thing is I want to also to mention
I'll let
MCFC.
Alfie know, Shake. I'll let Alfie know.
Yeah,
I'm going on a stream
um,
with him. I'm going on a stream with
MCFC
him tonight. So I'll let him
fans,
know.
MCFC fans, food bank support. They holding the fundraising. I think if anyone,
There's just certain triggers. We know how to get Martin on a stream.
Yeah.
Hey Martin, how are you?
And if anyone is interested in support the community, I think it's only £5 per month. I can send everyone a link. So basically, MCFC Fans Food Bank has been supporting the community since lockdown in 2020. But basically, just support any Mancunians or anyone around Manchester, any people in need. And if you want to be part of that, I can send you the link on how to get involved. Right now, I think they are looking for people to work just to volunteer collections. Basically, just go. If you've got anything to donate, the people will come around your house or come and collect you and the meet-up point. You can basically donate anything, from clothes to food. Doesn't need to be much. If you've got a £15 of on a voucher, you can go to Aldi or Lidl, just buy few cans of food and basically just get in contact with them and how to support them. So it's just something nice for you out there. And but if you're unable to do that, they can also collect during match day. I think I'm not so sure. Last season they used to be out just outside the ground in the main entry, but I think this season they've got a gazebo by the bridge, just facing the south stand. Listen, they've got a page on Twitter. If you want to support them, just give them a shout and support with whatever you can. Tomorrow we've got Carabao Cup.
I'm going to run the watch along. We'll see who's joining me. I'm also doing a preview for the watch along. A preview for the game. I'm going to just do a quick stream at 7. It will be a quick stream because at 8 I'm going on another stream. So I'll do a quick. I don't know who's going to join me, but if not, it'll just be me, and we'll just do a quick lineup. And a lot of it's going to depend on this Bolton game because I have a feeling that there's a lot of Bolton players who, if somebody's on the squad or in the lineup for the Bolton game, that's a sign they're not going to come to the first team. But I do think there's going to be a few EDS players, at least in the squad tomorrow, potentially starting.
Calvin Phillips is going to be there. Be excited. I haven't even seen that.
This is the perfect opportunity for Calvin Phillips to chew up some minutes.
I've watched a bit of press conference from Pep, and he is going to make a lot of changes, and we need to make some changes.
It's going to be a brand new 11, I would imagine.
We don't want to risk any play, especially like Erling Haaland came off with I think he was feeling pain in his back, and Kusanov just got injured. We don't know.
He won't play. He won't even be in the squad. I don't think he'll be in the squad. I don't think Rodri will be in the squad. I would be shocked if Bernardo was in the squad because he's played so many minutes.
I think because we didn't have any preseason, the players still trying to find their fitness. so we just have to manage them. I don't think there's any need to risk them in the Carabao Cup game.
Yeah,
If
definitely
I'm
not.
honest,
I think
but
we'll be able to field a decent enough team that doesn't require
that
some of our
can
bigger
win.
players.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can play Stones and Nak at the back. Do you know what I mean? We can
And
throw
have
in.
Mafoni as like the backup option.
Yeah, we
Because
can throw
I
in
wouldn't play
Nunes,
Stones a full
Rico
90, but
Lewis,
I'd give him at
Trafford.
least a half. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rico Lewis. I'd probably Rico Lewis in the midfield. Like, yeah. Well, you know what? We'll
yeah,
pause right there because I'm gonna. I'll go into depth on this at 7. So if anybody wants to join for that, I'll send the link out to the relevant people. But I'm
yeah.
in the chat. Please come join me, and I'll answer all your questions. I'll do a lineup builder, and we'll just
Yeah,
have a little
as
bit
I
of fun
say,
for a little while.
if you're not doing anything tonight, just pop in. I can send you the link. It's Bolton vs Man City under 21s. It's only £5 for the ticket, so it is affordable. Do you know what I mean? Just go out there, support the lads, and tomorrow we've got the big one in
The big one.
Huddersfield. Um, listen, guys, thank you very much for your time. As I say, don't panic. Yeah, don't panic. I know a lot of people start panicking, but there has been a lot of improvement since international break. I can see what Pep is doing, because I was like, after Brighton, I said it. I said to a lot of people,
Here, Martin,
this is. I said
Martin's
that if you lose to Brighton, it's the beginning at the end, and I meant it, because I just couldn't see Pep changing. Because he's very stubborn. The guy, he's very stubborn. The ball that with his philosophy, but as I say, after Brighton, he realized that he has to, and
So do
he's
I,
doing it.
Shake. So do
Yeah,
I.
and
Yeah,
he's
we got
doing.
this. This sums it up perfectly. Alphabet chip. Pep is adapting.
Yeah, he
He's
is, and
adapting
you
to
have
his
to praise
players.
him. Listen, when you see it changing, when you see
Oh,
the team
Martin's
is
giving us
evolving,
a little
you
inside
have to
info.
mention that. You
Tijani will
have
be on
to.
the bench, but Holland and Rodri won't be involved. Yeah, I hope Rodri's in Spain right now. Go, and maybe Holland too. Go to your house in Marbella and
Yeah.
chill out.
Listen, guys, don't panic. Chill. Yeah.
We'll talk about this in the next stream, Shake.
Yeah.
Because
Anyway.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Shake.
Yeah. Anyway, stay safe, guys. I think there'll be a stream at
7 p.m.
7
p.m.
tonight.
I'll be streaming.
Basically, the 7 p.m. stream is just is the
It's
drama.
all Carabao Cup. There won't be any Arsenal discussion. We're done with Arsenal. We're moving on. Now we're focusing on Carabao Cup.
Trust me, you set up for the Carabao Cup, but you know where it's gonna head it.
I'll start talking about Liverpool, won't it? Forget all those games in between. Yeah, 7 p.m. UK time, little J. That's correct. Yeah, I'm going to go live at 7 p.m. UK time. I don't know who's going to join me. It might just be me by myself waffling. So if you're interested in that, you might get some clippable material, especially people who have little spies out there.
Yeah,
wink,
but
wink.
the big game is on Saturdays. So the Carl Walker's Derby, Saturday. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here for the game. I'm busy that weekend. I'm busy during the game time, so I'm gonna be listening to whoever's doing a watch along. I'll be listening to it in the car.
Listen, big up everyone in the chat: Shake, Martin, Little J.
Coutinho was in here earlier. Luke, Judge Mo, Footy Judge Mo, checking in.
Judge Mo, Alphabet Chips. Awesome. Listen, big up everyone, and I'll see you at 7. I don't think I'll be there at 7. To be fair, I've got it there.
No problem. I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, people, don't panic. Yeah. Trust in Pep. He's cooking. I don't know what he's cooking, but if he started cooking salmonella, then I'm coming after him. But if he started
that's
cooking
at Old Trafford.
steak,
that's not Pep. That's at Old Trafford, the salmonella.
Yeah. If he start cooking steak, then
they're not cooking.
Yeah, we're gonna eat good. As the kids would say, we're eating good.
Martin, I told you, Martin varies from Game of Thrones. He's got his little birds everywhere. Little birds. They're always watching and they're always listening.
Yeah, big up Martin. We didn't do it. I don't think he run the space for the Arsenal reaction out. Because to be fair, if he did that at 1 a.m., I would have noticed. But yeah, big up everyone in the chat, and I'll see you soon.